Welcome to Barca News. It is August 16th, 2026. And ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona have submitted the final offer for Rodri. Also, I'm going to tell you why Pedri is currently training by himself. And finally, an update in regards to Barcelona's position regarding Julian Alvarez. We have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and I know I didn't post any videos earlier today. I do apologize about that. I was at the beach. I haven't been to the beach all summer. I finally made it today. It was an amazing day, and well, I got home pretty late, and this is why I'm doing this pretty late live. This is not a podcast. This is just a quick live to give you all the news since I wasn't able to post any videos earlier today. Anyways, let's dive right into the news because, as you know, tomorrow Sunday, or actually today's Sunday because it's already past midnight here in New York, but today's Sunday morning, we will have another friendly match in this preseason, and it will be against the Swiss, right? There's from Switzerland. The Swiss team Basel. In fact, Barcelona have already flown to Switzerland in order to, prepare for this match, and they will be facing off against Basel tomorrow. And Barcelona have announced the players who have traveled. Now, I did make a boo-boo here because I forgot to add my slides before, but here we go. Barcelona have announced the official list of players who have traveled in order to participate in this friendly match. And, well, this is the list or official list of players. Joan Garcia back in the lineup. Of course, all the players are back now in Barcelona. Everyone's vacation is officially over. So Joan Garcia back in the lineup. Wojciech Szczesny and Eder Aller as the three goalkeepers. For in the defense, we do have Alejandro Balde, Pau Cubarsí, he's back as well. Andreas Christensen, Gerard Martin, Jules Koundé, he's also back. Eric Garcia, Álvaro Cortés, Xavi Espart, and Pesquer. In the midfield, we have Fermín López, Dani Olmo, who's also back from the World Cup, Bernal, Brian Fariñas, and Orián Goren. And in the attack, we have Lamine Yamal, the greatest player in the world. He's also back from the World Cup. Rafinha and Anthony Gordon featuring for the first time in the Barcelona lineup. Karim Adeyemi, BC Wu, Hamza Abdel Karim, and Ebrima Tunkara. Now, of course, we already got to see Adeyemi in three friendlies. And well, now we're going to get to see Anthony Gordon in tomorrow's friendly. And I'm very, very excited for that. And of course, I'm very excited for all of our players being back from the World Cup. And of course, also excited to see the youngsters, as always, like Tunkara, like Hamza Abdel Karim, like Pesquer, who I thought had an incredible match in Italy, or two matches in Italy. A lot of things to look forward to tomorrow in Barcelona's match against Basel. Now, as you can see, there are several names missing from this lineup, including Marc Asado, Aaron Jakubishvili, Hector Fort, Jofre Torrents, Guille, and Tony Fernandez. All these players have stayed behind in Barcelona as they secure their exits. As you know, Barcelona have already ordered that these players train separately from the rest of the team. And not only are they training separately, they haven't traveled for this match because, again, Barcelona are preparing to offload all these players. Aaron Jakubishvili, of course, is finalizing his move to Almeria. Jofre Torrents finalizing his move to Ajax. And then there's another player who is finalizing his move, and then we have an update. But before we talk about him, we do have to talk about Pedri because he too did not travel with the team to Switzerland, and that's because Pedri is currently following a specialized training program. And this program was designed for Pedri, specifically for Pedri, by Benjamin Kugel. As you guys might recall, at the beginning of the summer, Barcelona signed Benjamin Kugel as the new fitness coach for the first team. Looks like Hansi Flick was not too happy with the former fitness coach because the team suffered a lot of injuries. So he asked Barcelona to hire Benjamin Kugel. Benjamin Kugel has joined Hansi Flick's staff, and he has designed a special training program for Pedri, which Pedri is currently following. And this program is so Pedri can recover his version from Hansi Flick's first season in 2024-2025 when Pedri was nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Now, of course, last season, Pedri did have several injuries. Hansi Flick wants to prevent that, wants Pedri to be healthy the whole season, and this is why Benjamin Kugel has designed an individual program for Pedri that Pedri is currently following, and this is why he has not traveled with the team to Switzerland. He has stayed in Barcelona following this very specific program. Now, the other player that I was telling you a few moments ago, I said there's another player finalizing his move, which hasn't traveled. It's no other than Hector Fort, because, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Dortmund could be in pole position to take Hector Fort. Now, we talked about Hector Fort previously, of course. He just came back from loan with Elche last season. He was set to compete with Xavi Espart for to see who remains on the first team. Xavi Espart has clearly won. So Hector Fort is on his way out. And there are several clubs in the Premier League who are interested in him, but Dortmund are currently the team who are pushing the most for Hector Fort. So it looks like Hector Fort could end up in the Bundesliga, where Barcelona are currently asking for 15 million euros for Hector Fort. Plus, of course, they're going to include percentage of any future sales and a buyback clause, just like they're going to be doing with all their youngsters. It's, of course, a new policy that Deco has implemented that I explained here on the channel previously, where I said Barcelona no longer going to be loaning out players. Instead, they're going to be selling them with buyback clauses. That way to force, the teams that buy them to play them, to give them the minute they need. And hey, if they end up living up to the expectation, you can always buy them back. And if not, well, it is what it is. You made some money off their sale, and you can even make more money off any future sales. Now, speaking of sales, speaking of the summer transfer market, we got to talk about the big news today because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona have submitted the final offer for Rodri. And Barcelona are expecting an imminent signing. In fact, it's reported that Barcelona are feeling very confident that they can complete the signing of the best defensive midfielder in the world. Now, Manchester City were requesting 80 million euros for Rodri. Barcelona's first offer was 45 million plus variables, which was rejected. Barcelona then sent a second offer, which was a little bit over 60 million euros plus variables, which was also rejected. And now Barcelona have submitted a third and final offer, which is 70 million euros. It's not 80 million euros that Manchester City are asking for, but Barcelona are feeling very optimistic that this offer will be accepted by Manchester City and that Rodri will be joining Barcelona this upcoming week. Now, Rodri, Barca, and Man City were hoping to finalize this move prior to Friday, which is when Rodri was expected to report to training. That did not happen. So Rodri did report to training, but nonetheless, Barcelona still very optimistic and believe that Rodri could be joining the team this next week, and he could be available for the Joan Gamper match, which is when Barcelona present all of their players to the public at the Camp Nou. Now, as I told you in the previous video, Manchester City were asking for so much money because they're looking to sign Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea. Chelsea are asking for 150 million euros, so City are looking to raise money. But now City just sold Reinders to Al Qadisiyah in Saudi Arabia for 60 million euros. So that's another reason why Barcelona are feeling optimistic, because since City already raised 60 million euros from the sale of Reinders, then they think they're most likely they're gonna be very willing to accept the 70 million instead of 80 in order to try to bring Enzo in the place of Rodri. Now, if you ask me, as I said previously, I think we are overpaying for Rodri. I think anything north of 60 million euros is overpaying for Rodri, not because Rodri is a bad player that doesn't deserve it or anything like that. Not at all. I've said it a million times on the channel. Rodri is clearly the best defensive midfielder in the world. Ballon d'Or winner, World Cup winner. I mean, he's definitely going to improve the team by a lot. But I believe that anything north of 60 million is overpaying because Rodri only has 1 year left on his contract. if we don't sign him this summer, we could reach an agreement with him in January to join next summer for free. But anyways, that's my opinion. You guys let me know down below. Now, let's end today's video with an update in regards to Barcelona's position regarding Julian Alvarez, because, of course, Atletico Madrid have, well, yet to respond to Barcelona's offer officially of the 100 million euros. Of course, Miguel Angel Gilmarin did give an interview saying that Julian Alvarez is not for sale, not for 100, now for not 150, not to 100. So that technically is a response, but not an official reply to Barcelona's offer. Barcelona initially said that their offer would expire towards the end of at the end of July. Then they decided to extend the offer until August 10th, which was when Julian Alvarez was set to report to preseason training. Of course, these dates have come and gone, and nothing has happened still, with Julian Alvarez still stuck at Atletico Madrid, despite meeting with El Cholo Simeone, who told him, sorry, but I cannot help you. It's the club's decision. Now, Julian is hoping to meet with Miguel Angel Gilmarin to see, hey, what's going on? You know, I want to leave. And with all these developments, despite Julian still being stuck, despite all these deadlines coming and going, it's reported that Barcelona continue to prioritize Julian Alvarez, and they continue waiting for him. And the reason for that is because as long as Julian continues to insist on leaving Atletico Madrid, Barcelona are going to continue waiting, and they're not going to move on with their search for an option B until Julian actually picks up the phone and says, you know what, I tried everything. This is not going to happen. Sorry, guys. And only then will Barcelona consider any of the alternatives that they have on their list, which we have discussed here on the channel many, many times. But as long as Julian Alvarez continues pressuring Atletico Madrid to leave, Barcelona will continue to wait for him, and Barcelona will continue to not make moves for any alternatives. Now, two dates to watch here will be, of course, August 19th. That's the Atletico Madrid's opener, La Liga opener against Malaga at home. 4 days later, Atletico Madrid will be playing against Villarreal on August 23rd. So these are two dates that will be important to watch to see, is Atletico Madrid going to call up Julian Alvarez to these matches? They haven't called him up to any preseason matches yet, but that's normal. He just came back from the World Cup. Also, what's going to be the reaction of the public, because these are home matches? And finally, what's going to be Julian's position? Is he going to refuse to play? Is he going to fake an injury? These are going to be very important dates to watch and see what's going to happen. But the news is that Barcelona continue to prioritize Julian. They continue waiting for him, because as long as Julian continues to insist that he wants to leave, then Barcelona will still have hope that they can sign him this summer transfer market. Anyways, that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go to bed because I'm exhausted. And of course, I got to wake up tomorrow morning to watch the Basel versus FC Barcelona preseason match, which, again, very excited to see, because I love preseason matches. You always get to see a variety of players, so many youngsters. It's going to be very, very fun. But anyways, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's videos. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.